Please can you tell me how you're a summer light when the sun goes down? Even when the winter wind stings, you fall into me like the warmth of spring.
Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Labyrinth.
Hi, welcome to Cutscene. If you're doing this right, you're about to meet three assholes who have found yet another use for tissues. I'm Eric,
I'm Jason.
And I'm Chris.
and welcome to Cutscene by I Beat It First.
Tissues, brought to you by Tissues.
By
We've
sadness.
gone full circle now. We've gone full circles.
Yes, we have gone full circle. It was, oh my god, dude. This
Nutritious
anime...
tissues.
Oh,
Dude, it is
fuck's
coming out of
sake.
left field. It is coming out of left field swinging hard. This three, they really pulled a lot of strings. But the only theme that was consistent to me for these 3 episodes that we did is that every single parent in this town is a piece of shit. Everyone is abandoning their kids. Everyone has been abandoned or abused as a kid, and it's just who's propagating this? This is ridiculous. Everyone's just horrible.
Well, and they talk about how there's a child like a birthing crisis in Japan, and it's yeah, if they see shit like this, they're well, I don't want to raise any goddamn kids.
Yeah, they're gonna
What the
eat tissue.
fuck?
Fuck that. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So for those of you that don't know, in which case, again, why are you here if you don't know what it is that we're watching? We are watching Kotaro Lives Alone, episodes 5 through 7. And right out of the fucking gate, we gotten used to sadness with this anime, just gut punching you hard. I was not expecting it immediately out the gate on episode 5. I was expecting lighthearted things about tissues, and then they'd be oh yeah, he just buys the tissues because normally the parents or whatever buy the action figure ones, and he has to be
Mom.
practical now, or something
No,
like
I'm saying
that.
practicality, or that the mom was using the tissue so much because she was crying, so they reminded him of his mom, type
Which
thing.
could be, and
Or,
that's fine. That's sad, but that's
maybe
not too
yeah,
sad.
I was expecting sadness
No.
and stuff like that. What we got is 10 times worse. 10 times worse. It's to a level that I was just how I never would have ever thought of that. I've been pretty hungry sometimes, thankfully I guess never this hungry, but I've never would have never been yeah, I'll just eat some tissues. I don't know. That's crazy to me.
God, and it's just you have nothing. And what was it that the guy he got tipped off on it because they were interviewing some guy that was stuck in his house,
yeah.
or stuck in
No,
in a cabin or something like that, and he ran
He
out
was
of
a
food.
kid. No, he said he was a kid. He was when I was a kid, my parents stopped coming home because they hated me or whatever. I got so bad that I started eating the tissues. So that was a horrible memory. And then the reporter's just
But they
"Jesus,
taste
dude."
kind of sweet. Yeah.
And then the manga artist is just wait a minute, what the fuck? And it was just buy the cheap ass tissues because you're not alone anymore. It's you're right, I'm not alone anymore. This is great. I'm just oh my god.
Yeah,
so
just-
it wasn't even there wasn't even that illusion of maybe he was just overthinking it or anything like that. It was oh no, definitely I was eating this shit, dude. Thank you for reminding me that I don't have to eat tissues.
This was including opening credits. This was less than 5 minutes into the episode. It was 4:53 when I paused it and posted in our Slack of what the fuck? This goddamn anime. Oh my god, it is just it's
Yeah.
gut punch after gut punch after gut punch of just wow. How rough does this 4-year-old have it?
The roughest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made sure that I took some notes because I'm there's so many jumbles of sadness that you're just fuck, man. Oh, so then the next sad one was the school play and the teacher. So the teacher, they open it up and the teacher's she's having a rough day, and she's no, I gotta smile for the kids. I gotta make sure that they're happy. So I gotta be smiling. So she's smiling, fake smile the entire time. He wants to be the smiling son, acts the way that he thinks that he's supposed to, and then is well, I don't want to smile. He's like, I feel like you're the same as me painting on a smile, and you're probably really sad on the inside. I'm just like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
no chill, man. No chill.
and he was spot on. I mean, he was right. But Jesus,
Dude, he can read all this
Christ.
stuff. Because he's seen it. He's seen it all in less than 2 years. Because I mean, obviously, cognitive retention, whatever.
But yeah, how
he's-
much of that has he seen in 2 years?
Exactly. So
And
I
he
mean,
saw it
he's
on
seen-
he saw it on his mom. They showed
Yeah.
that too, like all the sadness and everything. Like,
Yeah. No, it's just like good grief, man. And then even like in the episode where the boyfriend comes back and
oh
blows up,
God,
he was just
Oh.
like, hey, I'm here. You got to get out. Don't worry about me. It's just like,
oh
who
no,
wants to
that
deal with
wasn't
these
even.
issues?
No, that wasn't even the bad part about that. He's saying, I'm here, you got to go out. You don't want to be responsible for somebody
yeah.
being bad. I was responsible for my dad going bad, and I don't want you to bear that responsibility. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to be the reason somebody you love goes bad
God.
or whatever that.
Yeah,
was.
no,
It's
that's
like,
it.
Holy shit. Because just like, because like, he obviously still loves his father, and obviously, I mean, he's 4 and stuff, so and all that jazz. But he's just like, no one should have to see that, and he's just like, you gotta get out because you obviously still love your boyfriend. You don't want to be there or be the reason that he becomes a horrible image in your mind. Of like,
but
being
you're
like,
not
wanna
the
be around
reason,
when
and that's
he's
the sad part is
Yeah,
that
that's what
nobody
sucks.
corrects him.
Yeah.
No one corrects him on this. Like, I was expecting her to correct him, not,
Yeah, be like, it's
you
not
know
your
what,
fault.
you're right,
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
move. I'm like, oh shit. Oh God, it's so sad.
And then episode 6, just right out, just being like every kid interaction that we have in that episode is just like my parents are pieces of shit. Like
Because
it's
that
just
was
like,
the father that lost his job and whatnot, as well
Yeah.
as the mom that abandoned the 3 children, right?
right. It's just like, good lord. Like, I mean, the mom being like, hey, I don't want to see her like see that we're struggling, like, type thing. It's just like, okay, that's mediocre. But then the mom abandoning the 3 kids, and then even the eldest sibling being like, I just need to get away from these fucking kids. Like, I just don't give a shit. They're starving, whatever. We're eating leaves. I'm gonna go buy a bag of potato chips with whatever I have and eat them by myself because I just don't give a crap anymore. Like that's even worse to me.
But that at the same point, you sit there and you're like, that kid shouldn't have to go through that because that's not an old
Oh,
kid.
of course not.
Yeah.
That kid's
No,
like 10.
Yeah, Ted. Yeah.
If that, and he's having to raise these 2 younger kids, and
No, not saying
like
that
he
he's the
shouldn't
worst
have to go
asshole,
through
saying,
that.
like,
yeah, no,
saying,
but it's
that's
like,
even
yeah,
worse the situation.
it's like there's the situation, but then it's like you wanna hate that kid, but you just look at it, you're like, no, actually, that's not his responsibility. It got thrust on him. He is being a bigger adult than the adults in his life, or the adults that were in his life, but he can't cope with it. Sometimes he's just gotta get away from the kids, and it's like,
Yep.
fuck. Oh, Rose,
and then we had-
Rose.
Nice. You got it.
Suck it, J. Will. Rose is actually first. You're wrong.
For those that are listening to our podcast, if you watch us stream live on Twitch, there's other interaction things you can do with us that we see while you're. So please do join us. Usually on Mondays.
Oh, this one's great
But,
because we talked about it on our last podcast, like the I Beat It First podcast, about having a first and then a no, I'm first, and you got to pay like first is 1 channel point, but no, I'm first is 5,000 channel points. J. Will came in immediately, redeemed first, and then 10 minutes later, after our countdown and everything like that, Rose just pops in like 5,000 channel points. No, I'm first. Oh man. Okay. Anyways, Chris, what's your favorite moment?
I mean,
What moment do you want to
probably
talk
when
about?
it started like leaking. You know, it was raining outside and it was leaking in my room. You know, because totally wasn't. I totally wasn't crying. That didn't happen.
Of course not.
Of course not. Yeah, I
The
wasn't crying.
Private
Jason
Eye.
and I watched it together, and I was just like,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We're both just like,
Yeah,
I'm just like watching it every once in a while. I'll pause. I'm like, did that just happen?
But then, like, yeah, like as Jason I think was kind of alluding to, the Private Eye just being like, oh yeah, no, he recognized what I was here for immediately,
Yeah.
and he's like, I was supposed to find him. I did my job.
I didn't have to give him his address.
Yeah.
I just had to find out where he was.
You know,
I
like,
had to
why are you
tell
why
him
are
where
you
he
so,
was.
why are you so kind about this? Like, why'd you go back on what you were gonna do? And he's just like lifts up his shirt and he's got like what burn marks all over his
They were
body?
burn
He's like,
marks or bullet holes or what? I don't know what they were, but fuck.
all scarred up. And he's just like, yeah, my childhood was shit too. I was just like, Jesus.
Just
Can anyone in this town like actually care for a child? Like, it's just like, what is going on here?
no, just apparently this apartment block.
Yeah, apparently this area.
It's not just the apartment block though, because that guy's guy's from out of
those are the only
town.
people actually care.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Only that apartment complex cares, and I guess it's once you move into it, you care because the PI guy that came in looking for him moves in, starts caring. It's the magic apartment block. Oh no, God, I'd probably say the next one is. So we had the birthday episode at the beginning, or in the first block of episodes that we watched, where he was like, where he couldn't fathom that him being born was a good thing.
Oh yeah,
and he was surprised about that. So they one-upped it. They like completely topped that one with the pregnant woman. In which case he kept buying all the stuff and he kept buying like everything they had because he thought that they were making her eat all the things that she didn't sell. And then he's talking and he finds out that she's pregnant and they're like explaining, you know, like how like, you know, like pregnancy it's not from a peach and you're not born from a peach. And they tell him, they don't give him like specifics, but they give him, you know, a man and a woman love each other. And going off of he can't fathom that him being born could be a good thing. He couldn't fathom that he was a product of love.
Mhm. I mean, it is possible that he wasn't.
I mean, it's
As
very,
horrible
very
as that
possible.
sounds.
But not even that though. Like because he could have not been. But then just him never thinking that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
he
I
was a
mean,
product
it's
of
also
love.
a weird-
Or
it's a
everything,
weird
or looking
juxtaposition.
back, not like going like, I can't think of that I was a product of love.
Well, this you bring up a good point because it's kind of like a weird like juxtaposition of, you know, that him not being like, I didn't realize that I could be glad to be alive or glad me being born was a good thing.
Yeah.
But when he was arguing with the 10-year-old kid, you know, 10-year-old's just like, we've been abandoned. We're thrown away. And he's just like, no, we're not abandoned. We're not thrown away. Like he doesn't feel like he's discarded. He's just like, well, me being around is not great. Or I'm not anything special, but I'm not discarded, which is kind of interesting because you'd think that if you're garbage in all ways, in one way, then you're garbage in all, right? So it's interesting that why would he feel like, oh no, I'm not thrown away, and no, I wasn't discarded. It's just that I'm a horrible piece of shit person, and no one deserves to be around me, or something like that. That's weird to me.
But and I guess it's more that he just never really fathomed that he could be a product of love, I guess. So the juxtaposition of that he's not discarded because he wasn't technically, well, he was and he wasn't. We don't know exactly what happened to the mom, but the mom did leave at one point. But we don't know if she left because she couldn't deal with the father anymore or she left because she was ill and died. We just know that he's getting life insurance from the mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's all that we know.
And then the restraining order then came on the father. And that's why he's having to be living alone type thing.
Yeah, and again, like they talked about how like the person or the father found him at the group home and he left the group home because he didn't want that. Like we saw that in the first batch, but him actually talking with an adult at the group home that he befriended and actually like was like really like the only friend for that adult, and you're just like, oh, that is also sad.
Oh man, we totally glossed over something else too.
What?
How about going apartment shopping with this crack ass lawyer and being like, let's check out this apartment. No, it's just like, I remember there being a shape in my apartment that was
Yep.
I don't
No, we
know where
hadn't
it
gotten there
was.
yet. We just hadn't gotten there yet. We're skipping around. So like that was like there was that one, and then there was the scammer call that I had like queued up next. So yeah, let's talk about the apartment.
So she's like, I'm interested in an apartment. I'm going to bring Kotaro along with me because he's such an analytical mind. Yes, great lawyer. Bring the 4-year-old along with you. Let's search.
Which is what we're thinking at the very beginning.
And then it comes out, it's like, well, it was in his old apartment complex, so maybe it'll be happy memories. And it's just like, what kind of happy memories would he be having there? And then we find out that he's like, oh yeah, I remember being in an apartment like this. Mine had a special shape. I don't remember what that shape was.
It's
it looked like
stain.
a X or a butterfly.
It looked like a butterfly, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, where was it and stuff like that. And finally, at the end of him searching around the entire apartment, they find it at the base of inside the closet. And he's just like, that means
in the corner.
Some of his earliest memories of his apartment that he grew up in with his parents, he was in the closet, like probably either hiding, crying, who knows,
huddled like
away.
Oh,
stashed
God.
away, hiding from his dad. Who knows that he just fixated on this mark in the closet. So just like, yes, thank you, lawyer lady. Let's bring him back to the den of sadness, where all the happy memories are.
Oh God, yeah, and that was just
she's not the smartest.
No,
it actually wasn't necessarily that bad. She just didn't realize that would that him looking for that shape, because that was one of the reasons why she took him there, is because he talked about that shape to her.
I'm sorry. She is the lawyer. She understands his situation 100%.
She's not that smart.
You know what you do when you're hiding someone from somewhere? You don't go back to the location where they're all from. So if you're on the run, if you're a criminal,
True,
and you break out of prison, and you get out of there, you don't then come back to the prison and be like, I remember this place. It was so crazy that I was here. Because you know who else is there? People you don't want to find you. So
I mean, that part's true. But she did know that he wasn't there anymore. Like, they know where he is and all of that. And man, it was just the fact that like the only real thing that he remembered other than his mom was the butterfly stain in the closet on the wall. And you're just like, fuck.
This.
Then, so let's see here. We talked about acts that people wanted to act. Oh God. So then he takes up the manga earlier, to the manga or to the editor. And then he finds out that he's got a wife and kids. He's like, you need to go home. So he keeps telling him, he's like, you need to go home. And then that guy is like trying to be nice. He's like, oh no. He's like, hang on, I'll show you like all the other stuff in there. Which, if it were like anybody that we hadn't met before in that, I'd have been like, that's a little creepy. Taking him into the back room to show him all of the toys. Yeah, But we'd met the guy already, so I was like, okay, well, they're not going to do anything weird with this part. But yeah, and then he just keeps telling him to go home because his kids miss him, like, and that he really needs to be a better father, and that he needs to be there for him, even like on the weekends and the days that they're just like, shit, kid's got it together, knows what it is that's going on. It's just like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God!
This show, man.
Anime.
This show, Chris. You and your sads. You and your sads.
We did it to ourselves.
I still don't hate it. Like I
don't hate it at all.
It's good.
it's a different kind of
It's
just like,
just sad.
like I'm not like cry like okay, like I get sad. Like don't get me wrong, but it's not like Your Lie in April or like anything where it's just like the big oof. It's definitely like a bunch of like but
Hmm.
it's just like it's like a sour candy, like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, because it's
that's how I
masked with all the humor that's in the
yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
And
Like there's
the
all this
cutesy
humor,
that's around there.
and then
Yeah.
they sprinkle a little bit, and you're like, wait, this doesn't go where I think it's
Wait.
going. Then they give you a little bit
Wait.
more humor, and you're like, oh, okay, we're good, and then they go, they punch you in the
Nope.
face.
Mad depressed and eats tissues for for sustenance for who knows how long before he was finally found. Insane.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then, what else did we have? Oh, yeah, so he thinks he made his dad the bad guy, the foraging for leaves as well. The scam call. So the scammer, and he even got the scammer. He's like, can you tell me that I'm doing a good job? It's just like, shit.
Yeah, you sound like my dad, and I've been happy to talk to you, even though I know you're a scammer. But can you just say like, "You're doing a good job,
Yeah.
son"? And the scammer's like,
No.
"Okay," and he's just like, "Thanks." It's like, "Oh God,
Oh,
your heart just
God.
hurts."
Yep.
Yeah, so this goddamn anime. This is a short episode, most likely, because like that all it is talking about how sad this is, and we only watched 3 episodes because it's only a 10 episode anime.
Yeah.
But for fuck's sake, yeah,
mean, they
let's
gotta
talk
bring
about what
back
we
the
think's gonna
girl.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got to bring back the girl for sure. They got to solve her problem. She can't literally just be like, "All right, well, I'm gone, peasty," and be just gone for the rest of the anime. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to wrap anything up. There's definitely, I think there's already a season 2 in talks for this one. So
Hopefully,
I don't think they're going to wrap. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not hating it, like I said, and I would love to have some more. I mean, I know Kotaro's the star, but I just like something more has got to go down with like the manga guy. So something to help him move forward in some way, shape, or form.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't think that they need to though, because I think that just him helping Kotaro is helping him move forward, because he
True.
was just a fucking shut in. Like he wouldn't go
Yeah.
anywhere. He wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything.
And now he's got friends. He never even talked to his neighbors.
Yeah,
Now
never
he-
talked to anybody.
Yeah.
He lived there forever.
Yeah, true.
So this kid comes along. He like just immediately like is like I can't just let this kid walk around. Like he like something clicks in him, and then he's doing all this shit. He fucking volunteered for the PTO stuff so that he could do the carnival and all that, even though he 100% regretted it after the fact,
Like,
just
this is
because
a
of
lot
how
more
much
work than I
work he
thought.
had to do. Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is way too much work. But he is helping him grow a lot more. He's already helped the girl, which we found out like more that it wasn't like a brother or anything like that. It was an abusive boyfriend that she was giving money to, and then he beat her up. I think he hit her once, but still, that's
Yeah,
still
just
hitting.
smacked her, but
Yeah.
it's still enough. you
Yeah,
know?
that's
Don't hit
enough.
women.
But he didn't
Yes.
like
Don't hit
beat.
women.
He didn't like beat her. Like if she ended up like limping home and shit like that when they saw her, like that would have been a whole other story of just like fuck.
I feel like that would have been a little bit more too dark too. Like,
Yeah.
because all they showed was just like her cheek was messed up a little bit, just like a slap. But
Yeah.
if she had really come home with like a shiner or something like that, that was just really just kind of like, oh fuck, I think that would have been a little bit too dark of a turn.
It would have been
for the
too
show.
dark to mask with humor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it would have put more on her than I think Kotaro. Like, because at the end of the day, it's just like Kotaro's helping with his, willingness and overly wanting to help people mentality. And if you just got decked, there's nothing a 4-year-old's really going to help you do, like more than what a slap solved just as well. And then
Yeah.
you don't feel like that she's legitimately in danger. Because like now it's just like, yeah, she's gonna move and like it'll be okay. Open hand slap is, he's an asshole. Definitely get away from him. Where she comes home with a shiner, it's just like, yeah, you need to call the police. You
Yeah.
need to do
Well,
like, a whole
they
lot more than
did.
this.
She did call the police.
That's true. They
And there
did call the
wasn't
police,
enough
yeah.
evidence, which is
yeah.
it goes to like the differences between the legalities in Japan as opposed to here. Like here, you're guilty until proven innocent when it comes to like spousal abuse or domestic abuse like that. Whereas they're like, no. There's got to be like hardcore proof that it happened. But then you have the Yakuza guy, who obvious like his is the obvious one, because we already like we delved into that one in the first batch of episodes, to where he has a kid and he's just helping him deal with all of that. But I did like the note, they wouldn't take him up on it. Like he was literally like went straight into Yakuza mode when she got hit, of like, no, I think I need to deal with this. I think this is something that I need to do. And they're like, no, you can't. And he's like, no, I want to. It's like, no, you can't. We got to do this. But man,
with the private eye, when he just shoves like $300 in his face and is just like, I know how this works. Just tell me what's up. What's going on? Like that I thought that scene was actually kind of cool, because the guy was just like, holy shit, what are we doing here? Like, I have no idea what's going on. And then the private eye is just like, yeah, you're right. I'm just here for money. You just probably paid me as much as I'm being paid to do this job. Here's everything. I don't give a shit. I have no allegiance to anybody but the almighty yen.
Yep. Almighty yen. But yeah, so it's not a bad anime. I actually like it. It's just that it's sad.
Yes.
And you're right. It's not like the Your Lie in April where it's like they keep compounding more and more on, and it just keeps crescendoing, and it's just all sad throughout. Like it makes it feel a little bit better that it's like peppered in there with the humor that's in. But man, I don't know if it feels any better though when they keep like amping up the humor, and then all of a sudden they gut punch you with something really bad, and it's more that it's like really bad that you're thinking about a 4-year-old having to deal with this stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
But you're right. It's that slow burn instead of like the hard, like you building up, and then just like bam, sadness. Like Your Lie, what's that other one? Angel Beats, I think that's what it is. Where it's just like you get gut punched at the end, and you're just like, there's not like, you're just swimming in your tears at the end type thing. Now it's no chance.
Puella Madoka Magica, where that's just like that just keeps
just
going.
Oh,
No, don't become a magical girl. Do not become a magical girl.
That was just like raising up of just like how fucked that is. Like it doesn't, like, you don't get like the full on gut punch. Like
No.
I don't know. You're right. Peppering is what this is. This is definitely a slow burn. This is like, it's constantly going. You don't get the ebbs and flows are like so minutia. Like, so you're even killed throughout the entire thing, but you're at the end of it, you're just like, holy fuck. Like so much happened here that I can't even digest it all, because it's like a really good hot sauce. I don't know.
I hope that in the last 3 we get to see them go to the movie. And the girl comes back for the movie.
Yeah.
Like I hope that that's the case. So that's what I think is going to happen within that one. I don't know if she's going to come back and live in the complex, but I think that she's definitely going to come back for that at least.
She's going to sure come back.
Yeah, she still wants to help him out, so that's good. All right, Chris, what do you think?
I mean, it rains a lot. But it's I'm really enjoying it. The humor I think is good, and then you just get those gut punches where you're just like, oh shit, and it's like, oh shit. Where you start thinking about like, oh wait, that's actually really fucking bad.
Yeah. But again, like the tissues, immediately you're just like, Jesus, because all that he should have to worry about is what superhero is on his tissues. Or what cartoon character is on his tissues. And then you're just like, oh, he's worrying about way more than that. But even that, the foraging for leaves, he even said that he was foraging for leaves because it helps keep his cost of living down.
Right.
So even though he's like, he already had the conversation about you're not alone anymore, like that happened.
Well, I mean, because he's still being frugal. I mean, he was still trained on that. Like, I'm a cheap ass motherfucker, and I'm fairly fine. Like, I don't need to be, but I am still gonna be like, Do you need premium tissues? I don't think you do. We can get the offshoot. We can get the Digimon tissues, not the Pokemon tissues. That's what we can do. Because really, what's the difference?
Oh, we didn't talk about the
we can save
dinner.
5 cents. Oh, the family dinner.
Yeah,
They-
the
they
family
did?
dinner that they had, where they were all expecting like this giant feast because he made that huge ass feast for himself, and then it's just like a plate of beef and vegetables.
Veggies. Yeah.
Yeah, and
One
that's
plate.
all-
No, no,
yeah.
no individual plates or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, one giant family style plate, and then he puts music on. He brings his little boombox over, and he's curated music for them to do, and then he's just happy to have them there. And
Yeah.
that's when they all realize they're like, because they're all thinking like, what's like, where's all the other food? And then they're like, oh, he's just happy to have us here, and he wants us all to sit down like a family and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the family he has now.
Yep. And he even said that it's like it's better to spend meals with people than with extra food.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it. I think that's about all that we could talk about with this. But
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the sad anime is sad, and
Yes.
but it's
Yep.
entertaining, and still yet to feel like anything drags on ever, which is
Yeah.
is nice. It's good pacing,
Which
good
is good,
writing
yeah.
so far. So not finding a lot to hate on this thing, except for man, oh man, makes me. I guess if anything, it makes me thankful. You know, been very fortunate in how we're all living. Hug your parents if you're listening to this podcast or listening to us on Twitch, because you definitely have it way better.
yeah, Bull's in the chat, and he's like, I don't think I'm in the right mindset for this anime. I'm like, who is?
is?
Is there a right mindset to be in for
No,
this
yeah,
anime?
what is that? Like,
Because even if you're
Well,
in like a super happy mood, this is gonna fucking bring you down to earth right away.
Right.
yes.
Well, he's probably hating it. Maybe that's why, like, he's not like. I could see on how if you're not in the right mindset or willing to let the sad roll over you, that it sounds more frustrating, because it's just like now you just want to solve it for him. It's just like obviously this isn't solving it. Like this anime is not solving it for anybody. There's no society in this world that would be like, yeah, 4-year-old own apartment, go for it. That makes total sense. Now, obviously, there's no society that would actually let this happen, so that's frustrating. So that I totally get.
The sad thing is when you think about it and you're like, wait, could this actually happen?
I think that this is a better solution than, being in a foster home with 30 other kids that aren't being taken care of properly either.
True.
But also, there's no 4-year-old that would actually be able to do 80% of the stuff that he's doing.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
there's
very
no
much
4-year-old
so.
that would make a beef and stir-fried vegetables without
And a
murdering themselves.
perfectly rolled omelet.
Right, exactly. Like so that's the fantasy aspect, I guess, of this anime. Is having a child be able to say a glycerin and sorbitol is, I think, enough of a. That's our fantasy aspect.
I gotta get my
Yes.
9-year-old to say those words, or my 10-year-old to say those words. Come on.
Exactly.
All right, Jason, go ahead and blog roll us out.
All right. Hey, you. Yes, you. If you're listening to us right now or watching us on Twitch, guess what? We love you like a nice, delicious pack of tissues. And we're so glad that you are spending your time with us while we use these tissues in the myriad of different ways that we do here at I Beat It First. You are listening right now to our anime podcast, which is called Cutscene. Hopefully you knew that being here, but if you're not, welcome in. We watch a review and talk about anime as we watch them. If you like this anime, hate this anime, want us to watch a different anime, or recommend something else, you can do so by sending us an email at cutscene@ibeatitfirst.com. We'd love to hear from you and see what you have to say about that. You can also email us all, whatever you want. Chris, Jason, Eric, doesn't matter, at ibeatitfirst, and we will gladly email you back probably for whatever reason that we want to talk about. We're happy. We would love to chat with you more than we possibly could. You can also tell us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, all the good stuff like that obviously 100% we would love to hear from you. If you're also wanting to talk to us, you can check us out on Discord. You can find our Discord link in Twitch, which is at twitch.tv/ibeatitfirst, or check out ibeatitfirst.com/discord or discord.ibeatitfirst.com. All of that will take you to, I think there's even a Discord link on our homepage. I put it everywhere. Just go
Probably.
click on it and find us on Discord.
Yep.
You'll be able to do it. And you can chat to us there. We have a cutscene section there. While you're in Discord, you can also then be like, oh, wow, these guys do a whole lot of crap. We sure do, because we have a full network of podcasts for your entertainment. Full network of 3 of them. That's right, count them 3. 2 of them are over 100 episodes now. Are we over 100 episodes on Cutscene?
This is
Almost
episode
there.
94.
94.
Holy shit, we're almost there. We're gonna do something cool for 100. I just remembered that's gonna be really awesome. I don't know if I want to spoil that just yet, but we're gonna do something really kind of fun for that. But anyway, 2 of them over 100 episodes. That's holy shit. That's a lot of us just yammering on. But we're cool. We're hip. We do the Macarena
with
and
it.
shit like that. It's awesome. Yeah, we're with it.
Yeah, we do the
So
Macarena, just like all the other cool kids.
Yeah.
So you can find out more about us there. You can then go to ibeatitfirst.com, our actual website, where you can find out about our other podcasts, which we have I Beat It First podcast, which is our main podcast where we talk about video games, tech and nerd shit in general. We love it there. You can also see our other podcast of Patch Notes, where we bring in developers to talk about their indie games and then also about them, but mostly about them, really. Everyone likes to ask what a dev is doing. No one likes to ask how a dev is doing, and
Or
that's what we
why
like
a
to
dev
do.
is
So-
doing.
Yep.
No, why a dev is doing is always for cocaine. So we know that. It doesn't,
And
don't need to ask
and
that
cream
one.
pies and spankings.
and cream pies. It's definitely for all the sex and cocaine. That's why you get into development and programming.
Pretty much.
It's because that's the rock star lifestyle, right? So ibeatitfirst.com, ibiff.co if you want to be lazy just to find the newest and recent podcasts that are up there. You can find us on all of your social media, Twitch, like I already mentioned, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. I Beat It First. We're there for you. You can also donate to our Throne account. Our Throne account is for Phoenix Children's Hospital. Everything that's in our Throne account is a random hodgepodge of stuff for kids. None of that actually comes to us. So anything you buy in there goes directly to Phoenix Children's Hospital for them to use for their prize packages and stuff like that for any of their kids, which is from 0 to 17. So it's definitely well worth it if you're wanting to give something to a more charitable cause. And speaking of charity, we're also very big people into Extra Life. So please, by all means, you can donate to our Extra Life on Twitch, or again, from our website, you can find all of our information there or in our Discord and be able to donate directly to Phoenix Children's Hospital as well. We will be doing another 24-hour stream later on this year to, again, push for not Child's Play. I always want to say Child's Play, but for the Extra Life Stream Day, which is always a lot of fun. And we get really loopy really fast, and so I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So yeah, by all means, join us on any of our platforms. We're always here. Chris and Eric do a great job of streaming regular games as well. I do a shitty job at it, so I do it less often than they do, but we're usually on.
He
all the
does
time,
an
wanting to play.
okay job at it. It is okay.
It is, Toy Story 2 is okay. So I enjoy making fun of them more than doing anything else. So that works out well. But yeah, by all means, we'd love to hear from you. Email us whatever you can. I'm good on that.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us. As Jason said, we do have our throne, which is 100% for charity. It's the first charity throne that's out there. So please, by all means, purchase something on there, and it goes directly to Phoenix Children's Hospital, or you donate to our Extra Life. We're all about doing things for the sad children.
Yeah, children, that's right.
The sad
Don't let there be other
gods.
Kotaros out there.
Yeah, no
Yep.
more Kotaros, please. All right. We will be rating out after we do our exercises, because Bulldog is making us do squats for choosing this anime and making him watch
What's
it.
for sadness?
Squats for sadness. So
sadness.
stick around with us if you are on Twitch so that you can raid out with us. Yes, buy the kids some anime action figures, as Bulldog says. But without further ado, we can't leave any podcast without Chris saying...
Bye-bye.
Every time.
All right. Recording has stopped. We have squats to do for this fucking
Recording
show.
stopped.
That was really late there, Zoom. It was like 5 to 10 seconds late. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
Woo!
Let's
Party.
see here. Who should we raid into? We have Spooky, who is playing Rainbow Six. We have Daft, who is playing Pokemon. Shiggy, who is doing a donathon for her to go to TwitchCon, which is kind of cool. I think that's it. Fuck it, let's raid into Shiggy. We're gonna raid into Shiggy Bun, everybody, who is a bunny girl. So if you have not seen Shiggy before, she's a hoot. She's extremely nice, which is awesome. Even before she started doing all the VTubing and whatnot, she used to do IRL streaming. She's one of the nicest people that I've ever met. So let's go ahead and raid into Shiggy. But thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you guys later this week for more streaming. Bye-bye.
Bye.